Oh, welcome back. Today I'm doing Sonoran Hotdogs. My cousin and I moved to Arizona after Katrina. Company sent us there to kind of help keep the ball rolling and help a branch out there kind of rebuild itself. And in any event, a couple of weeks after we were there, some of the, I don't want to say locals, but people from there, the locals, asked if we had tried these Sonoran Hotdogs. We had never heard of such a thing. So we find this little hot dog stand down some desert road, and oh my God, it was a religious experience. It's a hot dog wrapped in bacon, topped with this kind of fajita toppings, pico de gallo, guacamole, caramelized onion, and just a drizzle of mayo on top. Amazing. The one thing I don't have that they use out there is something called bolillo bread, or bolia. I don't know how to pronounce it anymore. It's been a few years. But it's kind of like a soft, doughy bread. I don't have that. What I do have are like some top cut hot dog buns. I'm hoping they're big enough to fit the toppings. But anyway, first thing I'm gonna do is get the pico de gallo out of the way, and then the pinto beans, because yes, it's pinto beans on top instead of chili. But so I'm gonna get that started, and we'll wrap the hot dogs, get them on a skillet. So that jabbering on anymore. Let me get it started. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do to get all of this done is make the toppings. I'm gonna go ahead and make the pico first, since that's gonna sit in the fridge to cool. I'm going to start by dicing up half a yellow onion, and then dice either one beefeater or 2 Roma tomatoes. I didn't have Romas, I had beefeater, so I just used one of those. I'm going to also dice up a jalapeno, and go ahead and finally chop some fresh cilantro, and mix all of that in with some lime juice and some salt, pepper, and garlic powder. I'm going to go ahead and get all of that worked together and put that in the fridge for a little bit to get cool. Alright, once the pico's done, I went ahead and I wanted to get the pinto beans taken care of, or at least started. I'm going to just using canned beans, but I am going to dress them up by using a half a yellow onion, a couple of toes of fresh garlic, some fresh cilantro, and I'm going to go ahead and get that cooked down in the pan until everything's translucent. Then I'm going to add 2 cans of pinto beans and bring those up to temperature and let them simmer for about 15 or 20 minutes, and go ahead and set them on the side. So that's done. Just going to put it in a serving dish so we can use that to go ahead and put in the hot dogs. Alright, so next up is just basically some fajita onions. I went ahead and julienned up half an onion and jalapeno, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of saute that down. Not quite caramelize it, but kind of give it that, like when you do a fajita, I want the edges to be kind of singed. But I'm going to go ahead and cook that in with some butter, and when all of that is kind of evaporated out, I'm going to go ahead and add some lime juice and let that really flour up, or steam up rather. Get nice and soft, and then set that on the side as well. Yep, I'm cooking again. That's about what you want right there. So the toppings are done. All we're going to do now is wrap the weenies. So we're going to wrap the weenies in bacon. I'm going to use a toothpick. There's a way to kind of, you can weave them in so it won't unroll when you go to cook it. I'd rather just use a toothpick. Just the weaving in thing is, my fingers don't work like they used to. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. But I'm going to basically wrap the weenie in bacon, then cook it on the skillet till the bacon's cooked and the weenie will be cooked on the inside. So let's go ahead and wrap. So when you're doing this, it's best if both ends of the bacon land parallel to each other on the hot dog and you don't overlap too much. See, that was landed perfect. And we're just going to clip the end with the toothpicks. All right, so now that everything's prepped, the only thing left to do really is to cook the weenies. I'm gonna go ahead and take this time to make some guacamole because I want to make sure that's the freshest thing out. I'm gonna go ahead and dice up a whole shallot, some cilantro, and I'm going to go ahead and clean out 2 avocados. I'm going to usually slice them or dice them inside of the shell and then go ahead and take them out, and then I'm going to go ahead and mash that together, dump in the diced shallot and the cilantro and some lime juice, mix that together really well and get that nice guacamole texture, and then set that on the side and get started on the hot dogs. Tell me that's not a good looking wiener right there. Look at that. Look at that bacon all crispy around it. Now with this, you basically want to go ahead and you cook this down. You cook the bacon to it however you like the bacon. If you don't like it crispy, you like it chewy, make it chewy, and vice versa. Once that's done, you pull them out and you can go ahead and it's time to assemble. Go ahead and put down the hot dog. And the way I did it was I put the beans first, and the onion and the pepper on top, and then the pico, and then the guac on top of that. But it's however you want it. It's just like any other kind of sandwich type thing. You make it for you. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you'll go ahead and make this at home, and have a good one.